Thursday, we're lucky enough to be joined by Randy Ferguson. He leads a life-changing seminar, really. It shows people how to just kind of get unstuck in life, you know, to have better relationships, be more prosperous, and even be happier.
Yeah, he's an internationally acclaimed speaker and author and has coached over 2,000 individuals one-on-one. He's even trained our staff right here in Channel 2. You come here every Thursday and you kind of pick a point in life that we're all kind of going through and tell us how to get through it. Today we're talking about getting through heartache and trials, which we all face every day, right? Yeah, so what are we going to talk about first? How do you move through this? Because a lot of people don't take the time to actually experience it and then move on, right?
We're taught so much of what doesn't work in our culture. And in particular, we're taught that when there's a major upset, that in fact we define strength, that what strength is the ability to shove that emotion down into your body, to shove it down and then keep on taking action.
Right.
And there's a consequence. We pay a price for that. And so what we teach is the exact opposite. We teach people how to be heretics, how to do something differently, because you know that definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so this is really about a whole different approach, but the opportunity is to get through upsets much faster so we can get on with the business of having a joyful life.
Well, Randy, you shared with us this week, you know, you had something very devastating happen in your life. If you wouldn't mind sharing that with our viewers and kind of give them your own example of how you're working through it.
Yeah, so last week my yellow lab buddy, I've had him since he was 10 weeks old. I've had him for 11 years.
Aww.
Was not feeling so good, took him to the vet. Vet said, we think he has lymphoma. And that accelerated so fast. He was in agony. And Monday I had to make a very difficult decision, and still gets me.
We're so sorry.
To put him down.
Yeah.
And I had to do that. I had to do that. And I just, and there was nothing I could do to stop the pain, you know. And I just remember in that last couple of moments just holding this sweet head as he passed on. And it was the thing that was, I guess, relevant to our show today is here's this international motivational life coach, strong guy, crying his eyes out, you know, just heaving, crying deliberately. And the result of that is it can flow through, it can come and go, just like children show us, you know, so brilliantly. And then what happens is instead of experiencing it as pain, there's almost a richness to it. It's a way of honoring him, and it's a way of really getting back to a place of peace and clarity in my own life.
So you embrace that grief, you let it come through,
Exactly.
you don't try to tamp it down.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and there's so many different skills like that. You know, if you do what's taught in our culture, you get what our culture teaches. Do you know what I mean? You get the result, and there's a lot of craziness that comes out of that. If people can learn these skills and let that hurt come, in this case, let that hurt come and let that hurt go, then they don't have to be afraid of it. And I mean, here's just something to consider. Imagine you had a tool or a method where if you ever got hurt, you could let that hurt come and you could let that hurt go, just like a little child. And you could do it in minutes instead of years or never. And you could clear it. And you knew, by golly, you have the ability to do that. What would happen? How would your life change? How would that change your life if you had that?
Yeah, I can imagine that would be very profound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your
And
story with us.
We're so sorry about Buddy, but I'm so glad you got to share his pictures today.
There he is.
I mean, you got to, and the thing is that
Beautiful boy.
that reminds us, even through the hurt, you've got to feel some joy. You've got to remember him with joy.
Yeah.
Let yourself feel joy as well.
Had him for
right?
11 years. Man, what an amazing gift.
Oh,
beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Thank
you.
you, Randy. Yep, he taught us a lesson today. So this is an extraordinary offer that he's extending to our Colorado's Best viewers. You can meet one-on-one with this internationally acclaimed author and life coach for a 90-minute coaching session. And if you call right now, you can do that for just $25. That is a $330 value. Confidential, one-on-one. If you're going through any kind of hurt or trial right now, he can really help you, what we talked about today. So there are a limited number of coaching sessions available. Call now, mention Colorado's Best. His number is 303-989-2605, and be sure to tune in next week when Randy uncovers yet another secret, the sixth secret, but you take care of yourself this week.
I definitely will.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Randy.
Well, give hope to those battling childhood cancers. Snooze AM Eatery and Lone Tree is hosting a St. Baldrick's event, and you're invited to make a difference. That is coming up in our second half hour. But first, savings on a treatment that tightens and contours